You are now listening to the Full Sport Press podcast, featuring hosts J-Hove, Jeff, and Weezy. Please enjoy the show.
Greetings and salutations. I'd like to welcome everybody back, and some of you for the first time, to the Full Sport Press podcast, the premier sports podcast for the consummate sports fan. And this is your one-stop shop for all sports-related news and topics. I'm J-Hove. Weezy in the building. Say what's up, Weezy.
What it do?
Last time getting said for the month, Black History Month. Happy Black History Month.
Black History Month, man.
For sure, man. Most definitely.
What you doing anything special Black History Month?
I did not, man. Just said that every week to keep the black. You know, that was my part right there. Happy Black History
We are
Month.
Black History.
For sure.
Yeah.
Been a rough month for us.
So, yeah, man. Happy Black History Month, the fellas. Well, me and Jeff took a trip this weekend.
Yeah.
Field trip.
Yeah.
Shout out to the On Deck TV Hip Hop Podcast showing us a good time. M Extra.
Mm-hmm.
Animal Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lou went missing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lou went missing on us. Weezy went missing on us.
Mm-hmm.
Cameraman went missing on us. For sure. Yeah, everybody went missing. You know,
Nice
as usual, though.
Yeah.
Not even, you know, no.
One team, one dream, man.
Not for sure. That's what we're trying to figure out. Yeah, not for sure. Shout out to the guys, man.
Shout out to them.
Showed us a good time. More disappointed than Lou.
Yeah.
You know,
Call me out.
all the
definitely.
time. I called you out.
Man.
But-
My name.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Government.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, bro.
Had a good time, man. Shout out to Atlanta. You know, it was a good time.
Shout out to
M Extra is M Extra.
He's an extra.
Camera's always on.
He's an extra.
Weez, what we got up on the show today, buddy?
Today we are breaking down the pros and cons of going pro in college basketball. FSP style.
Always FSP style.
Better damn know it. You better damn believe it.
Damn believe it.
Let's kick it off, man. Best of the week. What's your best of the week, Weezy?
My best of the week, man. My goodness. TSU Tigers and Coach Quentin Collins, man, had a blowout win yesterday
Most definitely, man.
to get back in that 7th spot in the OVC.
Yeah.
Y'all hear that?
Do we hear what?
I hear it feeding. Y'all don't hear it? I'm just telling you what I hear.
Yeah. 9 wins for Coach
Shout
Quentin
out to
Collins so far. That's tied for the most for a first-year coach in school history.
Big time.
Big time.
For sure. And most definitely, shout out to him. What's your best of the week, Jeff?
Next week going to Atlanta, aka Wakanda.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? You can see the guys. Got to catch a game.
Caught a game.
Caught the Trey Young show.
Trey Young had his best game, for sure.
One.
He had his best game, for sure. He
Stay-
knew you were there.
Hey,
Stay low, keep fine.
stay low, keep firing, Trey.
Sure.
That's all we got to do.
Sure, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
know?
The narrative sure has changed about Trey Young. Boy.
Ah.
That was my guy from the beginning. I had to.
I mean,
Had to
well, you
gracefully bow
jumped
out.
on that Luka.
It wasn't. I wouldn't jump on it. I was the. I was the originator.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I created the Luka way for sure. Shout out to Slovenian drip. My best of the week, man. The Nike Colin Kaepernick jersey being sold, $150,
Mm-hmm.
which is a lot. Featured Kaepernick's former player number 7 on the back and the front of the jersey, white lettering. Nike stated, and I quote, "This is a celebration of those who seek truth in their communities and those who remain true to themselves." The jersey sold out in less than 24 hours. Didn't get a jersey, but I would try to find one. It's just tough spending $150 on that jersey.
Remember when jerseys was $2.99?
$2.99. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just tough, man.
Yeah, that's right.
I think I'm gonna get one. for
Yeah, I'm
sure.
gonna find a way.
Yeah, for sure. What's your words of the week, Weezy?
What's the week, man? The rain, man, in Nashville, Tennessee.
Goodness.
Yeah, if you'd have came to Atlanta, you'd have missed it.
You gonna really keep that going?
Whoa.
Facts. We can get any
I
rain.
didn't go.
There's a little
I didn't
sprinkles.
go.
You didn't go, for sure.
We got a couple of sprinkles.
Yeah, for sure. What about you?
Man, them all day TV guys, man, they
Sorry.
different. They're different. You know, so
Yeah,
playing 2K with Animal Brown.
yeah, for sure.
It was late at night. Was clearly tired, fatigued.
You are. Yeah,
Long trip. Man, he kept playing. He ran the score up on while I was asleep. he didn't call the game.
You
with
caught
that.
the game.
I woke up, I'm down 16 points.
Oh
It was a
man.
close game the whole first half. I look up, down 16 points.
Yeah, stay low, keep fine.
Oh my God, they different.
Yeah, for sure.
They different.
My worst of the week is Jussie Smollett ruining Black History Month as a whole. It says he's suffering from a drug problem.
Of course.
Come on, Jussie.
It's been a long Black History Month for us, ain't
Man, come to jump. It started off bad.
it? It's been a long month for us, man.
That's tough.
He set us back.
Sit back. See you. For sure.
Shout out to Justin.
Yeah, shout out to Jussie.
Make sure you check us out on iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, Google Play, Stitcher, Beyond Pod, YouTube, and of course, the SoundCloud page to catch up on the full archive of past episodes of FSP. Just search Full Sport Press Podcast. And after you do that, check out the On Deck TV Hip Hop Podcast with Animal Brown, Spike Lee, and M Extra each and every Wednesday. This week's episode was the mixtape re-released episode.
Yeah.
That's a good, solid episode.
Solid episode. Shout out to the guys at On Deck TV Hip Hop Podcast. Also check them out on YouTube.com as well.
Yeah.
Is there a mixtape that you are anticipating being re-released at a high level like So Far Gone?
The ones I would like to be re-released, I don't think they can be because they have Jack Beats on them.
Yep.
They're like Trevor Died.
Trevor Died, for sure.
You know what I mean? Or the old 50 Cent, the G Units, his Units.
Diplomatic Immunity.
1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? Those you can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Really good show, man. Shout out to the guys. Ladies Room Podcast, man. Check out Rizzo and Anne-Marie to find out what the ladies are really talking about in the Ladies Room. You can catch up on past episodes and follow the Ladies Room Podcast on IG and Facebook. One time for Coach Locke.
Shout out to the ladies.
Most definitely, man. Fresh for Dummies. Me and my dog Animal Brown is a self-help fashion podcast directly related to improving everyday fashion. You can catch our latest issue, number 40, so right now, directly for the culture. Follow the show IG page at Fresh for Dummies and simply search Fresh for Dummies on all your social media handles. Wear your kicks, cop responsibly. Check out, Jeff was busy, but we got to check out the Sneakers Atlanta. Very, very cool situation there.
need to get one of those in Nashville, some kind of way.
Some kind of yeah. It's very, very serious.
Yeah.
It's a line. They only let a certain amount of people come in at a time. Yeah.
I mean, crowd control makes sense because
Crowd control,
you know, you don't want to cause a riot.
Yeah, because you can definitely cause a riot.
Yeah,
for sure.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Wait in one line, just get into another line.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a lot to ask.
It's an experience.
You know, I'm spending my money. That's not to ask me to spend my money.
Talk
Wait
to
in one
me.
line and go to another. But that's, you know, neither you know that.
Cameraman, you would have liked that, man.
Shout out to you.
Yeah.
And you can read up on your favorite FSP co-host. Shout out to D-Black. Purchase your FSP merchandise.
Straight to D-Black.
And catch up on your past episodes from the shows we just mentioned. And much, much more. How you do that, you ask, Weezy? Just search www.realvillemedia.com. Tell a friend to support the real. OMG!
Most definitely, man. OMG. Jeff, you got 10 good wrestling seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Go for it.
Jadakiss on.
Right.
All right, so last week was Elimination Chamber. So we got to do your who you got results. So Finn Balor beat Bobby Lashley. The room was wrong. No, you had Finn. You had Finn.
I had Finn.
You did.
Come on.
Weezy and I, we were wrong.
For sure.
We were wrong.
What's that? Let's
The
keep
Boxing Hug Connection won the first WWE Women's Tag Team Champion, so I was right about that one.
I had Sasha Banks.
Yeah, you had that one. And Weezy had Fire and Desire. Not sure why you went with that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Two
for me.
Two for you, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And Daniel Bryan retained his WWE World title. So you got that one right.
Yeah, for sure.
But the star of the evening
Damn it.
was young Kofi Kingston.
Young Kofi Kingston.
Stayed in the match the qualifying match previous to the Elimination Chamber for more than an hour. Then showed up to the Elimination Chamber and showed out, man. He bulldozed his way into a championship match at the next pay-per-view. So shout out to him. Maybe Kofi brings one home, if you know what I mean, for the people.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Most definitely. Shout out to Kofi, man. That's 10 good wrestling seconds, bro.
Yeah.
So you went 3 for 3.
I went 3 for 3 for sure. I stay low and just keep fine. That's all I'm doing. I'm staying low and keeping.
That's all you can do.
That's all you can do.
One time for Trey.
One time for Kofi Kingston.
There you go.
For sure. Most definitely. In case you missed it, Weezy, LeBron James is officially an A&R. He is A&R in 2 Chainz, his new album. A&R means what, Weezy?
Not sure.
Yeah. Artists and repertoire, for those scoring at home. Now, A&R is responsible for talent scouting and the artistic and commercial development of the recording artist. Now, Rap, or Go to the League, is set to be released on March 1st, 2019. James apparently held a prominent role in the album's formation. This is going to be the start of something that can either be really cool or really bad for sports figures. Every rapper wants to be an athlete, and every athlete wants to be a rapper. What do you guys think about this?
I can't wait.
Sure.
I've been a Chainz fan. Been, since before he changed his name to something we don't say on FSP.
Sure.
And I hope Brian don't mess this up.
Yeah.
Yeah, me either.
Because I'm telling you, this can set the precedent.
Yeah.
Very good, very bad.
Yeah.
So he had picked all 16 songs?
Yeah, probably like formation. He said he wanted to add bonus tracks and stuff like
Put them in order.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen to them. See how they arrange it. Exactly. Stuff like that.
Yeah. Some people to be good A&Rs.
I was going to find a check, ain't
I thought he getting paid for that.
I bet he's gonna parlay it into a check.
He's gonna parlay it into a check for sure.
Definitely.
But he's not getting paid for that.
The first artist on Clutch Records.
Ooh, Clutch Records. Or More Than an Athlete Records. Or King James Records.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, definitely something with King.
Clutch is hot, right?
Yeah, Clutch is.
All right, tweet us with questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page. On the iTunes page, please rate and subscribe. And more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend that our A&Rs, man. Yeah, for sure. About the Full Sport Press podcast. And the Revolution will be podcast.
All right. So before we get started with the first half, Weezy, do you have a Yellow Box of Cheerios award recipient for the listeners?
Yes, sir. This week's winner is KTLA news anchor Chris Burrous.
All right. Let's talk about young Chris Burrous.
What Chris Burrous got up?
It's a reason why I'm doing it this week, I guess. But anyway, so Chris Burrous met a guy on a sex app.
Oh my God.
Fuck.
No, chill out. At some point during the hangout, at some point during the meeting of each other, they hang out at a rock and crystal meth was inserted in his rectum. Okay. He then allegedly gave his companion a syringe full of GHB in a bottle of Gatorade. Immediately thereafter, the companion noticed Burrow had vomited in his S&M mask. Okay. Wow. Burrow's companion was cooperative throughout the investigation, and no foul play is expected. Oh, Chris Burrous died, by the way, by this.
R.I.P.
Yeah. The well-known news anchor had been a regular face for KTLA since 2011. Burrous is survived by his wife and his 9-year-old daughter. Let's do a quick recap on Chris Burrous. Make sure I was clear about this. Yeah. He met a gentleman on a sex app. Yeah. At some point after meeting each other, they hang out. He inserted crystal meth in his ring.
Oh my God.
Then he gave his companion a syringe of GHB and a bottle of Gatorade. Immediately thereafter that, the companion. We got that. No. I'm doing it now. Okay. He vomited in his mask and died.
What? What's the S&M mask?
Probably one of those things you tie up like a ball and gag type.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I mean, I need to figure out what's going on because I didn't even know what that was. Yeah. Too much for me.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Chris Burrous. But
crystal meth was inserted in his rectum.
Yeah. Posthumously. What's the word?
Posthumously.
Posthumously. Yeah. You get one more time, Jeff?
Posthumously.
For sure.
Given the Yellow Box of Cheerios award.
For sure. You know what? I'm not even going to speak on it.
It's a lot.
But you definitely, you wilding.
Prayers up for his family. His
sure.
wife, his daughter.
Sure. Come on, Chris.
Crystal meth. He's dead. Crystal meth.
You ready? Let's get started first. Let's go. Yeah, let's go.
The first half is underway.
First half, hottest sports news of the past week, like each and every week here at the Full Sport Press podcast. Before we get started, I am J-Ho.
It's your boy Big Joe.
I'm Weezy. What it do?
Weezy, where can they find you on social media, buddy?
FSP_Weezy on IG. I make out Weezy on Twitter.
Sure.
What you what it is?
J-Easley84 across all
social media platforms.
Okay. Thank you for taking my line.
Yeah. I'm here for you.
You don't hear me doing Child's the Ladies.
Cameras always on. Better than no.
Hey, let me tell you something. We can't miss no more fucking trips, man. You hear me? We ain't missing no more trips, guys. God damn, we're not missing no more trips. You hear me? We gotta get in the damn car ourselves. We going to Atlanta next time we're going. My goodness.
But and I am J-Ho. I'm on all social media.
Sheesh.
For sure. Same black man, same black channel. For sure. Episode 259, fellas, and we'll kick it off in the first half with the All-Star Weekend recap, starting with the Skills Challenge. If you listen to episode 258, we broke down All-Star Friday night, so we're starting All-Star Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
With the Skills Challenge, 2019 NBA All-Star Weekend. First time Taco Bell Skills Challenge competitor, Jason Tatum, defeated Trae Young with a half-court shot in the final round.
I ain't like that.
You didn't like that. But this is the thing. Trae Young was the first person to do it.
Yeah.
So in turn, he was like, and he cheated, threw the ball ahead.
That's not cheating. That's not cheating. That's going to be the new way.
That's a smart way to do it. I'm faster than you. Throw it ahead and run up and catch it. I'm faster than you.
I get it. That's your man.
You
should have got a jersey when we was there.
I
T-shirt or hoodie.
I thought about the jersey, the gold, the black and gold jersey.
Man,
I'm thinking
I like that red jersey.
Yeah.
For sure. I had some good fries at the game.
Good fries. It looked good. It looked good.
Yeah. Tatum had to come from behind in all 3 of his matchups, eventually prevailing in the 3-point shooting phase. In all, Tatum attempted just 4 3-pointers, including the half-court shot during the entire event. So he was on.
Yeah, he was on. Trey was on too, because he knocked Trey's out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
he was
going.
Trey was gonna win that.
Yeah, no, he was most definitely. Not bad for a player who entered the event as a relative long shot.
Yeah,
it's plus 600. Yeah, to win. So
I think Luka was the favorite, right?
De'Aaron Fox was the favorite, and I picked him.
Yeah,
you picked Trey.
I picked Trey.
And I don't remember who you picked. You picked Trey.
Yeah,
I picked De'Aaron Fox for sure. Yeah. Let's move right along to the 3-point contest. Brooklyn Knicks guard Joe Harris, who dominated the 3-point challenge at the Spectrum Center on Saturday, winning the second contest of the night after posting 26 in the championship round. He beat out hometown hero Steph Curry 26-24. Mm-hmm. Joe Harris made a name for himself.
Yeah, he did.
On All-Star Saturday night.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, man. That's what it's all about. Clear long shot. Nobody picked him. Yeah. I picked Steph to win.
Yeah. I picked Steph.
He let me down.
I think so.
It was a great performance.
It was a good performance.
Yeah.
He really wanted to win.
Yeah.
I could tell.
Yeah.
Back home. Yeah, for sure. That was good to watch, man. Yeah. Joe Harris, though, shooting 47% from 3.
He took advantage of his opportunity.
He did.
You can't really ask Steph to come up with the clutch shot. Ding! All right.
Let's move right along to the slam dunk contest. I'm trying to get back on your good side. Slam dunk contest, Hamidou Diallo shined the brightest during the 2019 slam dunk contest.
Yeah.
All in all, pretty lackluster performance from everybody else. Between the many tries of some players and the whole John Collins debacle. Mm-hmm. Not even going to bring up John Collins.
I picked John Collins, though.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
For sure. But at least we did have Diallo's Shaq dunk, which is all that needs to be remembered to win this contest.
Jumping over J. Cole was decent.
It took him 7 times.
Oh, J. Cole?
Yeah. It wasn't 7. Dead ass.
But
it took 5.
It should have took him 1 time.
For sure. Most definitely.
Because he jumped that same height in the game, the first game back after All-Star.
Easy, though. Yeah, it's crazy bouncing. Yeah. But I did pick Hami.
You picked Hami.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
Weezy was like, can he jump like that?
No.
Can we jump?
Shout out to D. Harris and shout out to a couple other listeners. Does Hami really get credit for winning for replicating his exact same dunk contest from high school?
Yeah.
Every dunk.
That's fine. Shout out to D. Harris.
Yeah.
Every dunk.
Him and Zion next year is going to go nasty. It's going to go up. I'm telling you.
That's what they need.
And Giannis said he was going to
bringing Giannis and Donovan Mitchell.
You
need that.
Yeah, he need it.
Dennis Jr. too.
I don't need that.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm
he's bouncy, but
I just need him to hoop in New York. And last but not least, the granddaddy of them all, the 68th annual All-Star Game. Team LeBron is officially on the winning streak at the NBA All-Star Game. LeBron James, captain side, won this year's version of the annual event over Team Giannis, 178-164. Kevin Durant took home MVP honors with 31 points and 7 boards. Mm-hmm. Good game.
It was a good game.
It was a good game.
As long as they let LeBron keep picking teams, he ain't gonna lose.
Yeah. Well, he knows what the hell he's doing. Giannis had 38 and 11, so he would have gotten MVP if his team would have won. But it was the second half blitz by LeBron's team. They took it serious in the second half.
Yeah, you got J. Cole.
Yeah.
Coach them to J. Cole performance. No, seriously, you hear about that?
Honestly,
so at halftime, this was the rumor after the game that LeBron and some of the players asked, "Yo, can we skip this and go watch the J. Cole performance?"
That was dope.
And Coach said, "Yeah, if y'all promise to get back on defense in the second half."
That's dope, man.
And there you go.
That's FSB for her. That's fine.
Yeah, man. That's what we always on. That's what we saying.
Yeah. The teams combined to break an All-Star Game record for 3-pointers with 56 halfway through the fourth quarter. And by the time the game was done, the team combined for 62 3-pointers, man. It's insane. A lot of threes, man. That's the way of the NBA.
That's it.
That's the way of the NBA, for sure.
Can I give Steph Curry a shout out, though?
Yeah.
I forgot he could dunk.
Man, me too.
So
boy bouncy.
Yeah, look at Steph.
Shout out
He
to my
bouncy.
He dunk.
He definitely not bouncy.
Definitely rim scraper.
Yeah, the rim scraper, dunk that. For sure.
Let's keep it in the NBA, guys. So the NBA is launching a professional basketball league in Africa. That's pretty dope. It'll feature 12 teams from several countries across the continent. The league is set to debut around next year and will be referred to as the Basketball Africa League, or the BAL. It'll include teams from several African countries like Angola, Egypt, Kenya, Morocco, Nigeria, Rwanda, Senegal, and South Africa, and Tunisia. And also, President 44, Barack Obama, said to be a part of the league as well. How do you feel about this?
Excited about it, man. It's good as far as expanding the national brand of the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be good to kind of see, to have something like that in those countries. There's not a lot going on, especially in basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at other countries, there's a lot really going on. So I think it'll be good to see, just to have a chance to get some NBA players out their way to come and hang out and stuff. So that'd be good, man. I think it'll be dope, especially with Masai Ujiri being a part of it, a Nigerian native. Really, really, really underrated GM work that he's done over the last couple of years. And I think him being the spearhead for this will be dope.
They're going to have qualification tournaments to see who gets to make it into the league and stuff like that. Because already teams are in Africa in certain countries. Sure. So that's pretty cool, man. And then, of course, having Barack a part of it and watching the game grow. And basketball is like soccer.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It could be picked up anywhere. It's not, so.
Sure.
It needs to expand.
Yeah, no, that's a good expansion with many of the NBA team owners and partners looking to get into it. Jordan Brand has already said, and Pepsi. So it'd be good, man.
There it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Jordan ain't gonna miss no money, is it?
No. Mike?
Yeah, right.
No. Speaking of money.
Yeah, speaking of money.
Great segue. Let's talk some baseball. In case you hadn't heard, the Padres signed Manny Machado this week. The 26-year-old signed a 10-year, $300 million contract with the Padres, which is the largest contract in free agent North American sports history. Now, Machado, who shifted from third base to shortstop at the start of last season, indicated that's his major factor of coming to the Padres. How big of a deal is Machado playing for the Padre Browns?
It's a huge deal for Machado. I mean, I don't see this make. I mean, it's the foundation for the Padres to make some moves. I mean, they got to build around the guy.
They need some pitching. They need a lot of pitching. Yeah, but they have one of the best farm systems in baseball.
I didn't pay attention to them enough last year to say that, but I heard that a couple of times. So, but it's 10 million.
Yeah, I mean, he's just 26. He'll be 36. That's all.
I know.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's cash now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great deal for Machado.
Yeah.
He got his money.
Yeah.
But San Diego hasn't been to the playoffs since 2009, 2006, 2009, I think. Okay. Which is eternity in baseball.
That is
sports, period.
So that's a huge deal for a team like the Padres who've been pretty bad. Like Weezy just said, to get a player of that caliber, hadn't had. I think he might be the best player that they've had since Tony Gwynn.
No argument.
Might be.
No,
and he might end up being. Yeah, for sure.
He's the best talent-wise they ever had.
I think he'll be second best.
They have Cecil Fielder's son too.
Yeah, he played with the Brewers.
I mean, they had Cecil Fielder.
Yeah, he had Cecil Fielder. He played for the Tigers.
No.
Cecil Fielder did play for the Tigers, right?
San Diego?
Yeah, he played for the Tigers.
Okay.
Yeah, ain't no big deal. But I think it's hard to find a fault with the Padres going after Machado, a player of that caliber. Mm-hmm. You need that, man. And, I think it's just one of those things where they have to compete, and you got to spend to compete.
Well, this is my only thing about Machado.
Okay.
You got the big money now.
Okay.
But what comes with the big money is the big life. Now, you the man. You the man.
You the man.
Yeah. You on the spotlight.
Sure.
So as I dug deeper in my research.
Okay.
What he does is he has long nights.
He does. Oh yeah, Machado kicks Jordan
long
Brand.
He takes games off completely.
For sure.
He said he's not a hustler.
Yeah, for sure. He's not hot dogging at the first.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. He's semi-team player. I mean, not a teammate.
In Baltimore, he was. Yeah, for sure.
So that type of stuff has come down a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you the man now.
You the man.
Yeah.
You the man.
Right. You got the lazy boy in your locker room. I mean, you lock him there, so.
Yeah.
But you got $10,300,000.
Yeah, for
all
sure.
Guaranteed.
All guaranteed, for sure. As soon as he signed it, he got it.
Got it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's coming your way, sir. My only thing, to kind of counteract that, though, the good thing about it is it's in San Diego, so the lights aren't that big. He didn't
for him, though.
Maybe. But we'll forget about them by the time Boston starts killing, the Yankees make a resurgence or something like that. There'll be bigger stories that replace them. Now, my question to y'all is, do you think the baseball owners have decided they're against this whole big contract thing?
Oh, yeah.
With as long as it took him to get signed.
Because we're waiting on Bryce.
Still waiting on
he
Bryce
might
to sign
sign this week to the Phillies.
This week.
328.
But look how long it is, though.
But, dude, baseball, spring training has already started.
That's what I'm saying. This is usually taken care of a long time ago.
Oh, my God. Months ago.
Yeah.
You got to think free agency opened up November,
Well,
December.
it was before the turn of the year, and we see like the two biggest free agents out there. The NBA, they're going the first week.
That happened last year too. With signing free agents late. So yeah, I think they're trying to find a way to get that money. As far as it helps out the owners, because man, 10 years, those 10-year deals, that's nuts, man. It needs to go down to 5.
Yeah, should sports get rid of 10-year deals?
That's only
baseball.
Yeah, baseball. They don't have a cap.
Yeah,
that's why.
Well, baseball should get rid of 10-year deals.
Hell yeah.
Well, it's too long.
Yeah,
it helps.
Yes.
Correct. There's no need to. Let's move on.
Yeah.
All right. So before we go to halftime, man, let's talk about another sport we don't talk about a lot on here.
Okay.
Move to the MMA. Georges St-Pierre is set to retire. He's arguably the greatest mixed martial artist of all time.
Easy.
Okay. He announced his retirement on Thursday at a news conference in Montreal. He's 37, and he's probably the sport's most dominant UFC welterweight. He defended the 170-pound title 9 consecutive times.
That's a lot.
From 2008 to 2013, he became a two-way champion in November of 2017. So you think he's the greatest of all time?
I do. I think he's the Michael Jordan of MMA.
That's what
I really do.
Okay.
He holds basically every record, like you just said. Yeah. I mean, the crazy thing about it, he did it in a time where there was a lot of competition. Like, that's what's going to hurt Floyd, because his lack of competition was very low compared to, say, when Ray Leonard was fighting. Or,
he didn't have a Hagler.
Exactly. He didn't have a... And then he ducked Manny into the point where Manny was old.
Yeah.
There
was an Instagram post yesterday.
Okay.
Apparently it's happening part 2.
See, nobody really
Both of them posted.
Yeah. But the only thing that with Georges St.
Please don't
Pierre,
make me come.
I don't watch this.
Okay, thank
you.
You
got that.
No,
you got that.
Don't make me come.
So he ended his career on a 13-fight winning streak, man. So the thing that we're gonna miss out on is he didn't get to fight. What's my man's name? Khabib.
Yeah.
We didn't ever get to see that fight. And Georges St. Pierre, he wanted to do it, but
they
wouldn't give it to him.
I'm kind of happy.
Yeah.
And Khabib being suspended.
Yeah.
And he might have caught that too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But I'm telling you,
he's great.
Georges St. Pierre, shout out to you.
Yeah.
Enjoy retirement.
Please.
Was 37 years old? Yeah, man. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan going out on top.
That's what he said. I want to go out on my own terms.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Most definitely.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, guys. You ready to get started with halftime?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
We're at the midway point. Enjoy all of the halftime festivities.
Halftime. We have another installment of Coach Brown's 2-minute drill. Coach Brown's a former TSU tight end and the current defensive coordinator for Hillsborough High School in Nashville, Tennessee. Shout out to the Burrous. Coach Brown will give an insight on hot topics from a former player and a current coach's perspective. Let's see what Coach Brown has to say this week.
Good evening. I am Coach Brown, and welcome to Coach Brown's 2-minute drill. We're going to jump right into it. FSP. We're talking OKC, Oklahoma City Thunder. Will they be able to challenge the Golden State Warriors for the NBA championship? What do you guys think about that? Westbrook's playing well. PG-13 is playing excellent. Can they dethrone Golden State in the West? We're going to move on to Zion Williamson, and not just Zion Williamson. And I know there's been a huge debate over should these kids even have to come to college, doing that they could be wasting millions of dollars due to injury if they were to get injured. I think sometimes we're in such a rush to have these kids go to the NBA that sometimes going to college for a year can benefit them. Yeah, man, I got to touch on this. Robert Kraft, owner of the New England Patriots, he's out there buying the gushy. Yes, he got caught buying the gushy. And you know what? Me, in the way I think, I was wondering, what was Robert Kraft out there buying? Does he like the big booty women? Does he like Asians? Does he like Caucasians? Does he like Mexicans? I thought about that, not the fact that he was out there buying gushy. What do you guys think? And more importantly, that it didn't seem like it was that bad because it was Robert Kraft. But if he kind of had been an athlete, he would be getting thrown against the wall. Like, it would be a travesty for an athlete to be out here buying the gushy. So FSP, what do you think about that? So before I get out of here, I'm going to leave you guys with some words of wisdom from a good brother of mine, Shaquille Sunflower, Najee Ramba. Remember, The man that sleeps on the floor can't fall out of the bed. Najee Ramba.
And that is another installment of Coach Brown's 2-minute drill. First thing you talked about, can OKC challenge Golden State? Challenge, yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Go 6.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not. I think OKC and the Warriors will play in the Western Conference Finals. Yeah, no, for sure. I really think so.
We gotta chill. Right?
Yeah,
I really so too.
I can see that. Just the way that Paul George is playing, out of his mind. Golden State is still trying to figure out some things. Coming fresh off of a really good win streak. Fresh legs. Going into the playoffs, man, they're already looking ahead.
OKC ain't got enough firepower though.
There they do. Adding Markieff Morris was a big sign.
That's a good toughness sign.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If Robinson comes back,
That's the if.
that's the big factor.
Yeah.
But we don't know if he's coming back for sure.
But the Draymond thing, didn't finish the game last night.
He'll
He'll be fine.
Yeah, but still, hopefully it's not something serious.
Yeah, sure. Him about to sign with Clutch. If he hadn't already signed.
Yeah.
Big deal. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Rich Paul. Rich Paul.
LeBron James ruled the world.
Yeah, for sure.
Is he a free agent this year?
He'll be a free agent in 2020. Yeah, we'll see about that. Robert Kraft buying, and I quote from Coach Brown, the good shit.
The good shit.
The good shit. And he asked, what type of woman was Kraft buying? I would say that he would like a woman that looks like Nicki Minaj. I can see that.
Mm-mm.
You can't see good.
Look at that dance video.
He's very excited about being with Cardi B.
Yeah, that dance video.
Soon as Meek got him that chain, he hadn't taken that chain off.
He had taken the chain off.
I blame Meek Mill for this too.
Number one, no, don't you blame me for this.
Don't you dare blame
That's
me.
what we're gonna do. Dude's been wearing forces forever.
For
He was
sure.
on sneaker shopping.
Yeah,
Got his own Air Force
for
Ones.
sure.
Apparently, he's been out here for a while.
Yeah, nah, look.
Yeah.
Then you told me something while we were listening to Coach Brown.
Apparently, the running average of price for a massage in that place is $69.
Yeah, for sure.
You're damn billionaire, Bob.
Yeah.
Like, what you in there doing?
Bob, you gotta go to a different spot, bro.
I get it may be low in
He's
there.
been there before.
He been there a lot.
He need a middleman.
Yeah.
Bob needs a
Yeah,
middleman.
Bob can't be the one.
You can't go in there.
If that
with
video
the,
come
with
out,
the black card.
oh man, listen
Come
to
on,
me.
But they
Bob.
said
If it come out, he got to make a transaction himself.
the most thing that intrigued me was they said he got bigger names than Bob Kraft. I mean, who name is bigger than that?
Shit, it's probably some politicians.
Yeah, it's something.
Probably some people that's on
Because in
TV.
Jupiter, Florida.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Popson.
You know who lives in Jupiter, Florida?
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, that's a hot spot for people to go play golf. So
Yeah.
Golf is the international business.
Oh yeah, so many business
Sport,
deals.
yeah.
That's solidified on the golf. Golf
Sure.
course.
I want to see the list. It's gonna be fun. Hope it ain't.
It looks ain't gonna come out.
Hope Meek ain't
And I just hope it's past Black History Month.
Yeah, please.
Because I know,
Hold this listen to me.
I know Charles Barkley's on that list.
Damn straight.
I hope he is on the list.
Charles Barkley on that list.
Nah.
Charles Barkley's on that list.
Clark Kellogg's on that list.
Kenny might be on that list. Kenny just recently divorced.
Did he?
Yeah.
Nah, Kenny ain't on that list. He ain't go that far. Nah, he in New York. So.
Mike Wilbon.
Yeah, take Clark Kellogg.
You know what?
Mark.
We out here. Let's get started second half.
Yeah, I hope he- I hope he on.
The second half is underway.
Second half, episode 259, Full Sport Press Podcast. I am J Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
I'm Weezy. What to do?
Cameraman, FSP_cameraman on all social media.
Mm-hmm.
Put the back down.
Need a picture this week.
Can we,
Huh?
he said, whose side you on?
Tell you, man, we gotta go to Atlanta, bitch. We gotta go to Atlanta, man. I'm trying to tell you,
Jeff
man.
came through for you, boy. I'm very Jeff came through.
I'm glad you came through today. He was nervous for you.
Yeah.
I'm nervous with all you niggas.
One team, one dream, Jay. This your show too, man.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That don't mean it don't make you nervous.
Wow.
Second half, man, the pros and cons of staying in college basketball. Now, the NBA hasn't drafted high school players since 2004, preferring instead to allow them to develop their skills in college before going to the premier pro basketball league, that is, the NBA. It is every young player's dream to make it to the league, but on episode 259, we're breaking down the pros and cons of staying in college basketball. Let's start with the pros. First thing we'll talk about. The NCAA is profiting. Players are not. And we all know about the corruption and greed that's been plaguing college basketball. Let's start off, something just happened last week.
Mm-hmm.
If you're interested in squeezing the Cameron indoor, shout out to DP. Know he's listening. Big Duke fan. He would have to spend $2,500 for the cheapest available ticket.
Oh my God.
That's insane. That's just shy of $2,674 what we paid for a Super Bowl ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one ticket to this week's, not this week, well, one ticket for this week's UNC and Duke game sold for $10,000. Do you know how much the best player on the court, which is Zion Williamson, got for it?
Tell us, Jay.
0. Just a college education, which is very, very substantial and has its own power and perks. But come on, man.
That game, just the hype,
Yes.
the leading up to it, it was like, this is bigger than basketball.
Yeah, no, it is bigger than basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just look at the correlation between a player is putting himself in a situation where anything can happen, and you get nothing for it but a free education, which is a huge deal. I'm not saying that it's not, but if you're profiting $10,000 for a ticket, and even at the box office they're selling for $2,500. Come on,
That's the
now.
box. That's
That's
going to the school.
That's going straight to the school. Now,
Right.
StubHub, $10,000.
Yeah,
That's
just different.
That's
but,
but
you know who it was. who sold it,
exactly.
right, but
it's a sham.
The way the world is today with money, it makes me sick to not see the boys get paid.
It just so if you go and look at the North Carolina Duke game, right? This year's North Carolina Duke game is $70 for a regular ticket at UNC. Against Duke, $991 is the cheapest ticket. That's insane. That's on March 9th.
Yep.
The rematch, $900 you get a ticket. $70 if you walk in on when they're playing North Carolina State.
yeah. I mean, and we all know inflation goes throughout the season. That's the
Sure.
NFL, that's the NBA.
Oh, yeah.
It's all professional.
It's a
what
high
we're talking
ticket.
about.
Yeah.
It's exactly a high ticket. But the thing is, at least in the NBA, you're raising those prices because you got to pay those salaries.
Yeah.
You're raising these prices to put
Just because you can.
a new
Put the surge
projector
on.
in the
Yeah.
science room.
No.
No, you ain't even doing
You're
that.
doing that.
I'm
You're
just-
getting a workout room
Yeah.
for the players that you get in. They get paid nothing for it.
Oh, they're raising those prices because they can.
Yeah, and they can.
Because they can get the money for it.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
So another pro.
Hold on, before we close.
Okay.
Does Zion come back and play this year?
I don't want him to. He will.
I mean, I don't think he's injured. Mild sprain, which is a grade 1 sprain. You can come back in a week after that.
It just
Yeah.
it looked horrible because the man blew out a damn shoe.
Yeah. And the thing is with the shoe now, he's been playing in those shoes for 3 weeks.
You shouldn't be able to blow out a shoe.
Yeah, you should not. I get it. But the force at which he moves at 285 pounds, those shoes were probably designed for people right around 225, 230.
No,
He shouldn't be playing
I'm
them. That's what I'm saying. I think he
Yeah.
should be playing in LeBron.
Either LeBron's or like a shoe made for a forward or a center.
For example,
Yeah.
dude, like O-linemen have their own shoes.
It just took the word out. Exactly. Like our cleats are made a little different.
They're made a lot different. They're skill position cleats, and they are O-lineman cleats, there's quarterback cleats, there's tight end cleats, there's linebacker cleats now. You're playing in a wing shoe. He needs to play in a more durable shoe. Not saying that he shouldn't play whatever the hell he wants to play in.
Yeah.
But those shoes were tested at a different height, weight, and explosion.
Yeah. You give them some shacks.
Yeah, he needs some- that's a good point, though. Weezy. Striking the iron while it's hot. Now, here we go.
Okay.
A lot of these players have to make the best decision for themselves and the family.
Right.
So most players take 1 year of college and go straight to the NBA for sure. But chances are, those players might not be top 3 picks again if they don't strike the iron while it's hot. You look at a player like Jonathan Isaac.
Okay.
He stays 2 or 3 years.
He don't get drafted.
He doesn't get drafted. Weezy's boy played in Maryland. Melo Trimble stayed 3 years.
Yeah.
Overseas.
He just got kicked off a team overseas. If he leaves his freshman year,
I think, yeah. Oh, your man from last year.
Alonzo Trier.
No, him too.
Yeah.
The other guy, he got hurt.
Michael Porter Jr.
Porter Jr.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Yeah, now, if you look at the last, so let's start back in 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
Jonathan Isaac, Noah Vonleh, Marquise Chris, Jaleel Okafor, Stanley Johnson, just to name a few, are one-and-done kids in the last 5 years that are having a rough time in the NBA.
Yeah.
If they stay 2 or 3 years, they're exposed.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that as well. But just having a good first year run, you have to strike the iron while it's hot.
I agree. I think at the end of the day, there's going to be a push coming from both sides.
Sure.
Because the reason why the rule was changed the last time was because there were players jumping from high school to pro that shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying, striking while the iron is hot, and we're always going to side on the side of the players because they're the ones that are being, savaged on from different angles, from AAU to college to whatever.
I started till in middle school.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we want to side on the side of the players. It's just I don't want this to come off as we're saying screw college. Because some players need that 1 year. Some need the 3 or 4 years.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean? So I just want to get that out there.
Yeah.
So we get that to say it first.
Let's move on to maturity being greater than experience.
Exactly.
So let's think about it. Now, Fortune 500 companies. Bless you. Good, my brother? We'll wait it out for you. That's a good one. God bless you, brother.
Right.
Now, Fortune 500 companies have been hiring high school graduates for some time now.
Right.
So why can't the NBA, Google, Apple, Starbucks, Costco, Nordstrom, all work with some of these players as far as a college education? Bless you, my brother. Doesn't mean as much as far as evaluating potential workers. And there are plenty of young men and women who graduate from high school who are ready to face the world as they are. The thing is, with basketball players, just athletes in general, it's very difficult for them to be mature because they've been giving themselves, you're the big man on campus in high school, college. Everything is given to you. You really didn't have to work for anything. I think that's the difference between the two, being a Fortune 500 company and working in the NBA.
The maturity is the only argument.
Yeah.
That people have. Oh, why they shouldn't go right in high school. That's it. Because when it comes down to talent wise, the way the game is running gun now, shoot threes, they can't say that anymore.
Right.
Mm-hmm. They can match with that. But maturity is the only thing but you can't really, that ain't potential.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not.
They're going to interview your mom and dad?
Yeah, it will.
That'll help.
That will.
Or hurt.
Yeah. Right.
Sure.
But I think the one thing is the maturity factor comes in. Is like, can I really trust this 18-year-old with the future of my franchise?
That's the maturity, yeah.
So, again, as much as I want players to have the option to be able to go from high school to the league, I firmly believe a lot of players, more than shouldn't, more should go to college or play somewhere else to prepare themselves for the basketball.
Spend some more money. And the NFL does. Jerry Jones hires some bodyguards.
They had the same thing for NBA players. They did for Markel Fultz.
But they're also spending less on the talent.
That's true too.
You know what I'm saying? It's not guaranteed every year. So I can cut you. Like I spend another $2 million on security, so you do something stupid. I don't got to pay you the rest of the 15.
Take a loan out of it.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next point is college exposing players. Now look at Weezy's boy Simi Shatu. Look at Quentin Grimes, Javon Quinley, Romeo Langford, Bo were all listed as lottery picks in the 2019 NBA draft, and none of them are listed as lottery picks as of today.
But Bo was hurt.
Two of these people are hurt. I mean, shit, what are we talking about?
No, I'm just I think that may be his.
When he was actually even playing, and it can still, wouldn't you? And we'll talk about being an injury. Yeah. That's our last point.
Yeah.
But an injury can go the other way as well.
Yeah.
Let's take it back to 2017. My guy, Trey Duval. My guy, Mitchell Robinson.
Mitch.
Brian Bowen. Billy Preston. Dang. All were listed as lottery picks. None went in the first round.
What's Billy Preston, man?
Just got cut from the Cavs. Yeah. Playing in the G League.
Dude,
we can go on. We can go on forever. Yeah. So college can expose you.
Right.
Like Romeo Langford in high school. Red Sleeve Rome. He had a cool nickname. He was supposed to go to Vanderbilt. Might have been going to Duke. Ended up going to Indiana. And it has exposed the player that he is. R.J. Barrett. We said on this show. Before he started college.
Yeah.
He was a transcendent talent at the two-guard position. And playing at Duke, it's like, So college can expose you.
Yeah.
So that would be a pro of getting the hell out of there while there's no tape on you other than high school talent.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because it's all, what is it? What you could be.
Potential.
Yeah.
You're drafting on potential, for sure. And last but not least, the most important, avoid an injury.
Yeah. Which you can't help.
You cannot help it. But I would much rather, can you imagine if Markel Fultz' injury happened while he was at Washington?
My God.
He would never get picked. He would never play in the NBA. at all.
I agree.
So at least he has money to fall back on. Michael Porter Jr., the number 2 player besides Marvin Bagley in 2017, has a back injury while in college, slips to 14, hasn't played an NBA game yet.
And see, you said the key word. At least they have money to fall back on.
That's it.
That's all this is.
Yeah.
If college could somehow make it way, well, at least they have money to fall back on, we wouldn't be having this argument.
And before, I know there's someone listening that doesn't agree with this standpoint we're taking, says, well, they have insurance policies. Because Zion has an insurance policy that kicked in if he somehow stood from lottery pick. Exactly.
Yeah.
Ain't enough.
It's not.
You want me there for 4 years?
Yeah,
Give me $10 million to sign for your contract. I'll be there for 4
that
years.
$8 million.
No,
his.
No, I was saying what he was saying is too much.
That's too much.
Yeah, too much because at the end of the day, there's Title IX. So in turn, you have to prepare for playing the soccer players, as well as the basketball players and the football team, as well as the tennis team. So
well, you gotta.
It's going to be a sliding scale. I get that. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that's the reason that there is no money in college basketball or college sports, period. It's because of Title IX, which in turn is equal opportunity for all genders in sports.
Right.
Yeah. You got the cons, Jeff.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
First one, physically and mental readiness.
Oof.
This kind of goes a little bit to the maturity thing, but just really just goes to me, you're watching some player, I know you guys hate the fact that I'm a ball guy.
Yeah.
You guys talk to clown me for that all the time, saying he's not playing against anybody up there.
Right.
He's not playing against a top high school talent. That's fine. Even if he was, that's not top pro talent.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even when I said about Luka last year.
You said he was playing against inferior talent.
Inferior talent.
And at the same time, he was playing against grown men that was trying to knock his head off.
True, but they weren't NBA
talent at all.
For sure.
And see, this right here, this is where I get mixed up at. Because Zion, ready, physically and mentally.
Was Trey Duval?
I didn't think so.
Markel Fultz?
But what's I'm saying?
No, Zion was ready at 17.
He was ready at 17.
Yeah, Zion was ready.
There's exceptions all the time.
Yeah, there's an exception. Now, Wesley Rome, he's not ready. Even today. Mentally, no.
But if there was no list of saying, hey, you can't go into the draft, Rome would be a top 5 pick.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Not ready.
No, but he would have been a lottery pick if there was a chance.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Like a young kid in high school doesn't really realize how hard it is to work in the NBA. So you're left kind of shell-shocked physically and mentally. Been a big man on campus, like I said earlier. He isn't the biggest. Look at dude. Zion has put on. For sure. No, but he's put on 15 pounds of muscle since he's been at Duke.
Solid dude, man.
If you look at him before he got to Duke, when he was playing in South Carolina, when he gets to Duke, the first game, he transformed his body.
We all said the same thing. My goodness.
Yeah. It's a huge adjustment physically and mentally to play.
The one thing I think that helps the players now that didn't happen 10 years ago as much. I mean, it happened.
Okay.
LeBron did it, and maybe Carmelo. But I think even the players now that are 6 and 7 men on high school teams are working with skill coaches.
Oh, yeah.
Position coaches.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So you're more prepared for the game than you were when it's like, I can't get my shot off. I can't get I can't get to my spot. I can't get to my main move. Yeah. I don't have no other options. Now you're working with shooting coaches that's in 6th, 7th, 8th grade to where you learn the court a little bit better. So I think that helps the players out.
And that's a part of the mental part of the game, being prepared in high school or in college. You have a bad game. You can bank on fans heckling, whatever the case may be. But for sure, but that following day or week, you go back to class, practice, same process you encountered in high school. Dude, if a player's in a slump in the NBA, you're going back to a hotel or overnight bus ride. So the slower college environment can mentally help you out if you're not mentally strong for certain situations. Yeah. All
right, let's move on to the lifestyle.
Ooh.
Now, this one,
major.
I don't think, no matter how old you are, I don't think anyone's ready to go from bare to a college student age or whatever you were doing before you got to sign this contract to a millionaire. But then just signing your name. To having to save up to get the pair of Jordans, to call it Nike yourself. I want the Jordan. I want this.
And they send you a box of Jordans a month before.
That is a different ball.
It's a different ball game. So people aren't ready for that. Yeah. It's pretty, and it also predicates to where you go. Like I always use this as a point. Michael Beasley going to the Miami Heat was the worst thing that ever happened to Michael Beasley.
Okay.
Him and KD talked about it, and on a show, he was sitting down with Chris Haynes.
Okay.
And KD said, "There's no way that I would be the player that I was if I would have went to Miami instead of going to OKC or Seattle."
Mm.
He's
He
like,
did go to Seattle.
he went to Seattle. So, and Mike Beasley was like, "Man, I just wish that I was at least in somewhere like Denver or somewhere like that where I could." In Miami, it threw me for a whirlwind because I'm coming from Oak Hill, I'm coming from Kansas State, and then I go to Miami.
And you're a millionaire.
And you're a millionaire. You're a top pick in the draft, number 2 overall. Come on, man. It's too much free time in the NBA. Your job is to hoop. You go to practice, then you have hella free time. You're stuck in a hotel room playing video games. And then you have older vets that's with you.
Yeah.
They go to bars.
Yeah.
You can't go to a bar. They sneak you in a bar. You're drinking at 19.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And to be honest, and you're gonna laugh when I say this, that's why I think the trade that happened on draft night this year is going to help both Trae Young and Luka.
You think Luka would have had too much time in Atlanta?
I think Luka in Atlanta would have swallowed him.
Slovenian drip.
Yeah, oh my God, it would have been bad.
Drip.
With Trae, he's embraced, by different people, and he's used to it.
He got parents in his life too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's too many bad elements out there for an 18, 19-year-old kid to go to a place like Miami or California. When you're used
without the support system.
Oh, you need a support system. It just makes everything so much easier when you don't have any real friends and people are just there for money. They can take advantage of that lifestyle.
The education aspect.
Yeah, man.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
We don't want to slack the part of it.
Oh, no.
Because I think we've all had to pay for college in one
You're
way or
damn right.
another, right?
You're damn right. You are damn right.
And speaking for myself, who's somebody who's had a scholarship taken from him,
it
ain't fun. It is not fun at all. So, don't want to ever come off as we saying that having a scholarship, having a free ride to school isn't anything. But, whew.
Yeah, you have to look at the majority of players aren't Zion Williamson.
Right.
They aren't LeBron James. So would not be paid millions and millions upon of dollars at the time that they finish hooping. So in turn, you need an education to actually finish your career as a man.
Absolutely.
Like most colleges give you a chance once you finish hooping to come back. Kendall Marshall, point guard from North Carolina. He's up at North Carolina finishing up his degree now so he can get into coaching.
Yeah.
So I think John Wall is finishing up at Kentucky with the torn Achilles. Yeah. So they give you a chance to go back. Now, granted, John Wall probably doesn't need his degree as much as Kendall Marshall needs that degree.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Exactly. Yeah. But it's a big deal.
And going to college, education, by far, that's supposed to be the best thing in the world. But the relationships you build there, too, are extremely important.
Yeah.
You can't put a price tag on that.
Yeah,
you can't.
That's the most important.
Yeah.
Knowing somebody, hey, you went to my school, I went to your school, I can call you, make this opportunity to work for you.
Sure.
Yeah. That's part of it.
Yeah. And the economy is even tough for people that have a bachelor's degree to get a job compared to people that haven't. Just can you imagine with no degree, former athlete, you're lost.
Yeah.
Because again, it all goes back to the point of the athlete has been coddled their entire lives to the point where now it's like a shell shock situation because you literally don't have anything to stand on other than being an athlete.
Worst case scenario, your early 20s. Best case, your early 30s.
And
you've never done anything
Nothing.
to be an athlete.
Do your resume is blank.
You've done nothing else.
Blank ass resume.
Yeah, because you couldn't.
You who?
Yeah, because you couldn't do anything.
Couldn't do anything else. Yep.
Excuse me, sorry about that. Speaking of not being able to do anything else, going broke.
Oh, man. Yeah.
We've heard these horror stories from multiple different athletes and over the course of time.
Sure.
To me, that's why I'm happy we got LeBron James right now.
For sure.
Because what he's doing with his team, what Kevin Durant, doing with his team, even Carmelo Anthony, he's doing with the guys around him. They're rewriting that narrative to where kids can see, when you get this bag can change your life forever if you just do it right. You don't need 100 chains. You don't need 7 matching phantoms looking at you.
You still can have fun if you do it right.
Yeah, you can, for sure.
You can have a lot of fun.
Yeah. Many of your athletes are too attached to the dream and the idea of being a celebrity. Yeah. And the media gives too much power to athletes. Let's kind of look at Tristan Thompson right now, right? He goes into a situation where he is the most improved player on the Cavs team, gets an $80 million contract, and he goes into the Kardashian family. I think when you think of Tristan Thompson, you don't even think about him being an athlete and the player that he is.
Right.
or was.
His celebrity is way bigger.
Than his talent,
Yeah.
and that is the difference. That people kind of go towards that way.
Yeah.
Now, in turn, there are not a lot of Tristan Thompsons in the NBA that get $80 million contracts by playing with LeBron James.
Yeah.
So there are players that's out here that, Terrence Ross, for example, is in the media for doing wild things with Amber Rose, but he doesn't have the $80 million to fall back on.
Yeah. There's only so many Kardashians and Amber Rose.
For sure.
It's been making news. I don't know if it's making news or not. I don't know. But
just many of the players overspend for how little they actually spend as far as the money they receive. So, they spend to the point they don't realize this shit's going to stop.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're going to be
abruptly.
And the average NBA player plays to what, 32?
No,
30?
Make it out of the 20s.
Right.
Average.
That's the average, right?
Right.
And NBA and the NFL is even cheaper.
Right.
Like, you go to
24, 25.
right.
Yeah.
So can you imagine at 28, 29, nothing on your resume, but you made $10 million bucks? Half of that is gone to Texas.
And then the rest of it, you call your account and it's like $300.
Dude, you got 7 Phantoms, 10 chains. Like, come on.
Everything must go.
Yeah, everything must go. For sure.
Goodness, man. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, bummer.
Yeah.
This whole system.
Yeah.
It will be fixed, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And sooner or later, we got to get this right.
And the way to fix it is the NBA's G League.
Okay.
The NBA and the NFL are always going to get criticized for using the NCAA as a minor league system. So most of you get your top athletes that's going to Duke and Kentucky, Kansas for years. And most of these players are what? African Americans, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they've been capitalizing off him or her for their entire careers, entire lives, the entire time that we've seen Kentucky in our duration of life. It's always been a black athlete that's supporting Kentucky in all these blue blood schools. Yeah, come on. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So if we go into a situation as your top player, so Zion, Cam Reddish, let's say Nas Reed, Darius Garland, Ja Morant, go to the G League right now. They would probably be in a situation where the college basketball would have to make a reaction to that.
Okay.
It would be more, they were receiving coaching at a high level.
Mm-hmm.
All G League games will be shown on NBA TV because everybody wants to see Zion.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll look at this situation where they also can pay you close to $25,000, $30,000 right now. You switch that to $125,000, it goes into next year. It's a different ballgame. Yeah.
You need and it helps. It helps to be a pro. It's be professional, go to a feeder system and not just being dropped in the league and expected. Go ahead.
People gonna watch that?
Man, dude, if Zion is playing at Sevier Park in Nashville, Tennessee, there will be a camera watching Zion. Ja Morant, the biggest player in mid-major basketball, he is on SportsCenter. His game on SportsCenter every night.
People want to see the star.
People want to see the best players. Yeah. If they're playing, all of them go to the G League.
Oh, think about we watch summer league basketball. Who gives a damn about summer league basketball?
Do they $125,000?
So they say they give them $125,000.
Yeah, that's what they're doing next year.
Yeah. Really?
Anybody who wants to come, you have to be a top player. So everybody we just named, Zion, Cam Reddish,
the top 20.
RJ Beard. Yeah, just people that make McDonald's All-American game, basically.
Yeah.
They can go play in the G League for $125,000. All it takes is one high school superstar to take that plunge to see the benefit of it. And if it's Zion Williamson, that would have been a great start of it. Because you signed that deal, right?
Right.
You're gonna get a shoe deal.
Yeah, what's there?
You're
gonna stop anything.
Man.
Because
local car dealership deal.
Because when you first sign that deal, you're officially a pro deal.
Yeah.
So
anything. Yeah. So instead of going to college and being used like we've been used for the last 30, 40, 50, 60 years, let's go and use our own power that we have and go play in the G League, get paid, get a shoe deal, and you turn the G League into what they actually want it to be, which is a minor league system, which is basically like the farm system that baseball has.
Yeah.
That's how you fix it. Unless they go into a situation where college can pay people $100,000 and they can't do that.
Okay. Will the G League get one of those coaches when they get a coach K? Will they get a...
No, they don't need a Coach K because all those coaches that are there are either former players or big name NBA coaches. Either been assistant coaches. Jerry Stackhouse is a coach. Yeah. Bill Lane Beer.
Yeah.
is a coach. You know, so you look at those like big name players that were former players and still coaching them at a high level.
Run the game.
Yeah. Now what they have to do, they got to get those guys off buses and probably get their amenities up a little bit more.
No, I don't think so. No, you ain't got to do that.
A little bit. A little bit.
You got to do that.
A little bit.
You got to go through that though.
A little bit.
You got to go through that.
They don't go through that in college.
They don't go through that in college, Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff, some facilities in college
no.
are better than the NBA.
We know that. Yeah.
Are better than the NBA.
They staying in
But you can't
3-star hotels, man.
They ride the bus, man. They ride coach.
I guess what I'm trying to say is you can't give them everything.
I get what he's saying too, though,
Yeah.
because the farm system in baseball, they are in the slums for 2 years.
Yeah, 2 or 3, maybe 4 years.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you can't give everything.
Single A ball, triple A ball, they are.
Because my thing is, okay, you're going to college. You don't want to go to college. You want to get paid this certain amount of money. Cool. Take that money, get your game, focus on your game.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go, fly or travel safely or travel a more upgraded type of way. Go to college.
Yeah.
Live that life. Because
sure.
Here's the thing. You and I have said this.
Yeah.
There's nothing like those. Those 4 to 5 years of college right there. That part of your life, man, is nothing like that.
Yeah.
So,
and the G League, I think, is the second best pro league in the world behind the NBA. So if you get that and you turn that into what it's supposed to be, and the sky's the limit for the G League.
It's like us going to Nashville Sounds game.
I mean, I see it. I don't see it, but he high on it.
Yeah.
The blueprint is there for
it.
It's there for it. Because you're getting players, like, if you watch a lot of NBA, you say, I just saw an NBA TV.
So what's they do with a college game?
College game will get players that needs 4 years.
Yeah. They have a special skill set.
Yeah. So you maybe get a player like C.J. McCollum, Dame Lillard, who stays in college a little longer and needs the maturity.
Dwayne Wade.
It
went 1 year for Dwayne Wade, right?
Nah, he went 3 years.
3 years, right?
Yeah.
Butler.
Yeah. So it's not like it's a bad. We're not saying it's a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can still go for more than 1 year, but there are certain players they're wasting their time in college.
Sure.
The NCAA didn't deserve Zion. Don't deserve Zion.
He's been saying.
I said it from day one.
From day one, for sure. Yeah. So all it takes is a player of that caliber, and I'm telling you, like one of these kids that are going to be playing in the McDonald's All-American game will sign with the G League and play next year. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I see that.
I guarantee it. Yeah, it is, man. Show 259.
Real quick, so what do they do about football?
Football can't be fixed because you need 3 years of football. You need that. There might be a situation where they might lower it to maybe 20.
Quarterbacks don't need 3 years, I promise.
Trevor Lawrence doesn't and Justin Fields doesn't, but that Diamond does. I'm telling you, you need to mature. Your body needs to be different. Yeah, you need 2 years of college football.
He need 2. He needs 1.
Some people get hit.
He's in college 4 years.
It's all good.
Yeah, he didn't play.
He was in college 4 years, though.
It's all good.
He didn't play those, right?
But he was in college for 4 years.
Okay.
It made him better, though. It made him better.
And it's a grown man hitting you.
Yeah,
grown man with kids.
Football different.
Hitting you.
Football
everything he
got.
got.
Contact different.
That contact different. Now, granted, tell you Zion gonna run into some brick walls in the NBA, but it ain't gonna be as many brick walls as it was in college because he's running through everybody in college.
Running through shoes and everything.
Running through shoes.
Players.
Yeah. Episode 259, man.
Yes, sir.
How Paul George feel about that as a shoe? I'd be hot.
He was hot about it. He said he's contacting Nike like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And they told him, dude, first off, he's been in the shoe for 2 weeks. Second off, that shoe was designed for people under 250 pounds. 285.
Yeah.
He gonna blow through that damn shoe. But I'm saying it's not right. I'm just saying he should be playing in a more durable shoe.
Yeah.
There's the game that he plays, which will probably be the North Carolina game. He probably gonna be a game before that.
Yeah.
They're gonna zoom in. He'll probably be playing in Kyrie's. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Which is a heavier
LeBron
shoe. It's a heavier shoe.
LeBron.
Kyrie's is a heavier shoe.
He plays LeBron.
He needs Kobe's way too long.
No.
He'll blow through them too.
Yeah.
For
LeBron
sure.
soldiers. That's his.
That should be his shoe.
That's his shoe.
Yeah, most definitely. Hyper dunk.
Yeah.
Shit, big ass shit. Yeah. Yeah, man. Another one in the books, man. Shout out again to. We had a good FSP outing this weekend.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Had a good time. Sure. Cameraman, we'll get you to come next time. We come. You come, you tell him too, cameraman. Yeah.
She said that.
She definitely said that.
Yeah.
That's a real low down one.
Yeah, she did. Well, I mean, we know her.
Yeah. Oh.
Do we know him?
There you go, my bad. Tweet us with questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page. on the iTunes page. Please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend, man. It never goes out of time with you, man.
Golly, are you serious?
About that Full Sport Press podcast. Weezy.
Everything paid for, baby.
Yeah.
Camera's always on,
You better damn know it. Better damn believe it. The revolution will be podcast. Cameraman, you ain't come too. We are out.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Thank you for listening to the Full Sport Press podcast. To catch up on prior episodes, visit the SoundCloud page. And don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend.